Okay, so hello everyone. Welcome to this extended session number two. So, in the last session number two of BEC for direct second year, we have seen the analysis and one numerical on the self biasing using N channel JFET, and then we have seen using voltage divider biasing. So, today we are going to simulate the circuit in LTSpice and check whether our result, which we have analytically solved, are in consistent with them or no. So this was the circuit given to us, self-biasing circuit with the JFET parameters and the resistor values and the power supply values. And we have got the result as VGS is minus 2.26 and ID is 1.892. And the value of VDS was coming out to be 10.01. So let us check these values out in LTSpice. So let me open LTSpice window and let me keep a smaller version of the open so that we can make the circuit accordingly. Okay. So what we will do is we'll go to the library. Okay, so this is LTSpice. You go to new schematic and go to the library and type NJF, which is your N channel JFET, as you can see, and paste it onto the schematic. Fine, let me expand the schematic. And now I have to make this circuit out, correct? So I have to have three resistors. So you can take a resistor from here and connect it like this. Then you have one resistor over here and another resistor over here. Okay, and you have to connect them together. So let me connect them together. Okay, and I have to next use the power supplies now to power the circuit. So these are the three registers for the self biasing, and next I have to connect them with the power supply. So here it is. So I'll type voltage and I connect that voltage source over here because we require 18-volt voltage source. Okay, and I do the remaining connections with a wire. Easily with a wire I can do that. Make sure that all the connections are grounded also. So here it is. I have to connect the ground to every place properly. And now let me expand it. I'm into the full screen. Yeah. Here you see, here I can rename this as, let's say, JNJF1, and this I can call it as J1 underscore your name. So I'm writing J1 underscore my name. This is value of RD, which is 3 kilo ohms. As you can see here clearly, it is 3 kilo ohms, correct? Let me just push this inside and pull this out. Okay, let me just bring this nearby so that I can have a more better version of it. Yeah, so here this is better. So this is my VDD and this will be around how much? 18 volts. 18 volts. This RD value is 3 kilo ohms. This RS value is around 1.2K, and this RG value is 1 mega ohm over here written. Okay, one you write one capital MEG. For mega, you have to write one capital MEG. So all the things are in place. This is your self biasing circuit. Let me label the nodes as gate. So this is my gate, this is my drain, and this is my source. Okay, let me label it properly now. So I'll right click and write over there. D stands for drain, G stands for gate, and this is S stands for source. Okay, so my circuit is ready. And yeah, the JFET parameters given are 10 milliamperes. So this is 10 milliamperes. VP is -4. Okay, so you remember in the JFET, in the dot model statement in the JFET, we cannot write IDSS directly. So we have to calculate this beta. Beta will be IDSS divided by VP square. So how much it will be? This will be 10 milliamperes divided by 4 square, that is VP square. So this comes out to be 0. Beta comes out to be 0.625 into 10 raised to minus 3. Okay, 0.625 into 10 raised to minus 3. So this you have to calculate for this JFrog parameters. Fine. And now is the time to write the dot model statement. So right click, go to draft, go to spice directive and write over here dot model NJF1. That's the name which we have given over here for this transistor. Then NJF, and then bracket you will write VTO. For VP, we have the terminology as VTO in LT Spice and the dot model statement, and then write beta equal to 0.625 E minus 3. Remember, this beta is not the beta of the BJT transistor. This is just the formulation which they have given. And I'll click on OK, and I paste it onto the screen like this. So this is my dot model statement. Remember to keep it as spice directive or else it will not take it. Fine. So we are ready. So we now need to calculate the DC parameters and the voltages. So what you need to do, click on simulate, go to run, and click on the DC operating point .op and click on OK. So as soon as you do that, a screen will open. Close that screen, go to view, go to spice error log. Okay, go to spice error log, and here are the values. Okay, and we got the values over here. So let us check one by one. The value of ID which VGS which we got was minus 2.26. Here it is. Here it is minus 2.26. Exactly the same. The value of ID which we got was 1.892 milliamperes, and here we are getting as 1.89 milliamperes. Correct. That is also correct. And the value of VDS was 10.05, and here we are getting as 10.1. It is 1.01 into 10 raised to 1. Okay, so that will be 10.01, and which is very close. So we have got all the values, and we have verified that whatever we have done in the analytical analysis and in LT Spice, it's also coming exactly the same. This circuit over here which is built in LT Spice, and this circuit over here which we analyzed in the book and with the help of formulas are giving the same result. Now what we will do is, we have done the voltage divider biasing also. This is the circuit for that. Okay, this is the circuit for the voltage divider biasing. So let's try to implement this also. Okay, so let me just minimize this, and let me just push this coordinates over there little bit, so that I can have to add a resistor over here, right? Okay, how to make this circuit a self biasing? From self biasing to voltage divider biasing, just have to connect a resistor over here. That's it. Okay, just have to connect a resistor over here, and let me make the connections like this, and then I have to rename this as R2. So this will be R2. Now I have to substitute the values which are given over here. So here R1 is 2.1 mega ohm, so capital MEG, and R2 is 270 ohm, 270 kilo ohms. RD is 2.4 kilo ohms. RS is 1.5 kilo ohm. That's what the parameters are given. Rest, the VDD is 16 volts. So we substitute the value of VDD as 16 volts. And here the JFET parameters are 8 milliamperes. Here the JFET parameter is 8 milliamperes and VP is minus 4. So we have to do 8 milliamperes divided by 16, 4 square. That comes out to be 0.5 into 10 raised to minus 3. So we substitute over here 0.5. So these are the JFET parameters we have modified accordingly. So modified accordingly in the dot model statement. So it is 0.5 into 10 raised to minus 3. And we already are on the DC analysis. Okay, the operating point analysis to get the terminal currents and the voltages. This is my voltage divider bias, and this gave me the result. We will check it out very soon. So let me simulate this. Click on run. You will get this operating point. Close this. Go to view. Go to spice error log, and here are the values. Okay. Now let us check one by one whether these values are inconsistent with the result or no. Okay. So this was the circuit, and we got the value of VGS as minus 1.8, and it is 1.8 only. See over here, VGS is minus 1.8. ID we got it as 2.42 and 2.42 milliamperes, exactly the same. and VDS we got it as 6.56, and we are getting over here 6.58. That's okay. Up till one decimal, it's matching. That's a very good result. Okay. So the circuit over here, which is your JFET voltage divider biasing, and whatever we have solved on paper, that is this using analytical formulas, the results are inconsistent. The LT spice simulation results and the analytical results using the formulas are one and the same. Okay, so in this way we can simulate any circuit, that is BJT, JFET and MOSFET DC analysis, and we can check out whether analytical analysis is in the right direction or not. Okay, so this way y'all can also try it out in the LT spice and verify for any numerical whatever the values are for the terminal currents and the voltages given the JFET parameters and the external resistors and the power supply voltages. Okay, so that's it for this session. Next time we will begin with the JFET AC analysis. Until then, have a good day and thank you.